Hey, how y'all doing? This is Hunt 919 Truth to Sports coming to you with another segment. I want to get right into it. As you know, a lot of us talk about the team and the coaches on the team, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to turn a little light on one of the coaches that I'm really like watching. I'm really respecting. And I find him motivating, and he's the type of coach I would like to play for, and that's Coach Warren Sapp. I don't have to really tell you a lot about Warren Sapp. You know, he's one of the greatest defensive tackles of all time. He's a Hall of Famer. He was a very nasty, hard-nosed, rugged type of player that I really love watching. I'm 53, so I came up watching him, and that's how, the 90s and all that type of football was played. It was just nasty and rugged. You know, all the players had dirt on their uniforms and everything, so I'm old school when it comes to that. I also watched him play in Miami all the way up to the pros when he ended up with Tampa Bay. And so I got a lot of respect for him. But on the site, they have him listed as a grad assistant. That's basically a way just to get him onto the team and get him a job, because just run out of spaces. So they had to do what they had to do. But they got him on the coaching staff, which was a great move for them. Now the defensive tackles coach is really Coach Sal. But if you watch Well Off Media and if you watch Uncle Neely when he follows him, it's almost like he's the head coach of it. And I say that respectively because Coach Sal's a good coach as well. We all know that. I got to like Coach Sal watching him last year. But if you look at it, you think Sapp is the D-line coach. But I watched him on Uncle Neely. I was watching him anyway, but then Uncle Neely does a show on his pregame show network called Wednesdays with Warren, and it gives you a little bit deeper insight and a deeper perspective on not just Warren Sapp as a coach, but as a person, and then the reasons why he says what he says and why he coaches the way he coaches. So I've seen, I think it's 2 or 3 shows on it, and I'm sitting out, and I was like, I could play for this guy. This is the type of coach I would want to play for. This is the type of coach I would want my son to play for. He's very motivating. He's very hands-on. He's not ego-driven. He knows it's not about him now. He knows it's about those kids, teaching those kids how to win at their position, how to win in life. Of course, he's concerned with the overall success of the team, but you can tell he wants his guys that he's coaching to win their personal battles or their one-on-one battles during the game with their great production and then winning, against that man a lot. It'll bring the team success. But he's very hands-on in practice. He teaches a lot of good technique, and again, he teaches without the ego, and I love that. You can see when some coaches is teaching because they see people watching or they see the cameras there. Because in high school and college, we used to hate that. Like a coach who's normally quiet, he sees the news media or something come in, and all of a sudden he's yelling and screaming at us, and we all look at each other like, man, what's going on with him? Why is he changing all of a sudden? And then we look around like, oh, the so-and-so's in there. A great coach coaches the same way regardless of who's there. And I love the way he coaches with motivation, with technique, hands-on, and without the ego. And he also talk about the kids and the kids' future. He also says, let them know that it's a small percentage who actually go on to the NFL level. And I respect that because I hate coaches who keep saying, come here, you have a great chance at the NFL, et cetera, et cetera. They know, and we know, most of those kids will not go to the NFL. And even if they do get lucky and get selected in the deeper rounds, they're going to probably get cut really early, or they may have a career from 1 to 2 years if they get that lucky. But for him to come out and say that as a Hall of Famer, it means a lot when you watch that. So I'm completely behind Coach Sapp. I'm glad he's on their squad. I'm going to be watching his guys for their personal successes throughout the season because I know they may lose some games, but I'm going to be watching his guys in the trenches, and I'm pulling for him. But I would tell you all, if you get a chance to watch Uncle Neely's, it's called the Pregame Show Network, Wednesdays with Warren, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. If you're looking for something without ego and all that stuff involved in it, and you just want to see what the person's about and why they do what they do and where they come from and how they developed into who they are, watch that show. So that's something you need to look at. Again, it's under Uncle Neely. It's called the Pregame Show Network, Wednesdays with Warren. So I'm pulling for him. I wish the best for him. I wish the best for his guys, and we'll see how they do game by game. It's been Hunt 919 Truth to Sports. Ride with me. Hey, how y'all doing? This is Hunt 919 Truth Sports coming to you with another segment. There's a lot of people that are called 5 stars coming out of high school that you never hear from again.
Because I thought you made a huge mistake.
It's been Hunt 919 Truth Sports. Ride with me.